As you watch this, an invisible war is being waged. Not for territory, not for resources, but for something far more valuable. Your mind. You believe your thoughts are your own. Your choices, your desires, your fears, all authentically yours. But what if I told you that 95% of your daily decisions aren't even made by your conscious mind? What's worse, your subconscious mind isn't just influenced, it's owned, programmed, controlled. The reality you perceive, the goals you chase, the fears that hold you back. A carefully constructed illusion. The programming begins before you can even defend yourself. Between ages 0 and 7, your brain operates primarily in theta wave dominance, the same state that makes hypnosis possible. You weren't just learning, you were being programmed. Those fairy tales, cartoons, and lullabies weren't just entertainment. They were programming sequences, embedding messages like stay within the lines, don't question authority, fear the unknown. Research confirms, by age 7, your core beliefs about money, success, and self-worth are already set. The foundation laid, the prison built, all while you were still learning to tie your shoes. But the control doesn't end with childhood. It continues every day through methods so subtle, so pervasive, you don't even notice them. You think you've outgrown the programming? Think again. Fear is their most powerful tool. When headlines scream economic collapse or health crisis, your brain bypasses critical thinking. The amygdala takes over, making you receptive to whatever solution they offer next. Social media algorithms don't just predict your desires, they create them. Every click, every pause, every second you linger builds a digital map of your mind, more accurate than anything you could articulate about yourself. Even the language you use isn't innocent. Government literally means to control the mind. Authority, the power to author reality. These aren't coincidences. Words are spells, and every time you speak, you're casting them on yourself and others. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. Awareness is your greatest weapon. The moment you see the game for what it truly is, you begin to break free. This isn't just information. It's the key to your mental prison cell. Are you ready to see how deep the programming goes? To understand exactly how they've been controlling your subconscious from the very beginning? And most importantly, are you ready to take back control of your own mind? Let's go deeper into how this programming begins. The most vulnerable state of your entire life was between ages 0 and 7. During this period, your brain operates primarily in theta wave dominance, a hypnotic, dreamlike state where information flows directly into the subconscious without filtering. This is the exact same state that makes it possible for hypnotists to rewrite memories or make people believe they're living in an entirely different time and place. It's a state where your subconscious doesn't just listen, it obeys. Think about what filled your world during those formative years. Those seemingly innocent fairy tales? They taught you to fear the unknown, to trust authority without question, to believe in rescue rather than self-reliance. Those cartoons, they established your earliest concepts of good versus evil, acceptable behavior, and social norms. By the time you reached age 7, your core beliefs about yourself and the world were already set. I'm not good enough. Money is hard to earn. Success is for other people. The world is a dangerous place. These weren't your original thoughts. They were installed, like software, into a brand new computer. What makes this programming so insidious is that it hijacks your natural development. Children are born with unlimited potential, boundless creativity, and natural curiosity. But the system doesn't want unlimited beings. It wants predictable consumers, obedient workers, and unquestioning citizens. Your parents weren't conspirators in this process. They were simply passing down what was programmed into them. Money doesn't grow on trees. Don't get your hopes up. Know your place. The programming is so perfect, it replicates itself through generations without anyone questioning its origin or purpose. The education system continues and reinforces this programming. It's not designed to nurture your unique gifts, but to standardize your thinking. Consider how it rewards memorization over creativity, compliance over questioning, fitting in over standing out. You weren't being educated, you were being molded. As you grew older, the programming became more subtle, but no less effective. The external controls gradually became internal. Your own voice now reciting their limitations. The most perfect prison isn't built with bars. It's built with beliefs so deeply embedded, you think they're your own thoughts. The control systems don't disappear when you reach adulthood. They evolve. They become more sophisticated, more pervasive, and paradoxically less visible. While childhood programming created your foundation, adult control mechanisms maintain and strengthen the walls of your mental prison daily. Let's examine their most powerful tool, fear. When you're afraid, your brain chemistry literally changes. Blood flow shifts from your prefrontal cortex, responsible for critical thinking, to your amygdala, the primitive fear center. In this state, you become receptive to solutions, regardless of their logic or your best interests. Notice how it works. Headlines scream about economic collapse, triggering your fear response. Then, conveniently, solutions appear. Invest in gold. Buy this survival package. Support this political candidate who promises safety. This isn't coincidence. It's a calculated formula that bypasses your rational mind. Social media algorithms don't just show you content, they shape your reality. Every interaction trains the system to know what keeps you engaged, angry, fearful, or addicted. They don't just predict your desires, they create them, narrowing your world to what keeps you scrolling, clicking, and consuming. They know you better than you know yourself. Your phone tracks your location, your browsing habits, your conversations, your facial expressions. This isn't just data collection. It's the most sophisticated psychological profile ever created on you. used to predict and modify your behavior in ways you don't detect. Even in the physical world, the control extends. Those loyalty cards, they track every purchase to build your consumer profile. That special offer just for you, dynamic pricing based on your data. The product placement at eye level, calculated based on your demographic and purchasing history. Drawing from the Roman bread and circuses strategy, today's system keeps you distracted with modern spectacles. Sports rivalries, celebrity gossip, political theater, reality TV. These aren't just entertainment. They're sophisticated distraction mechanisms that consume your attention so thoroughly you lack the time or mental energy to question the deeper systems controlling your life. Debt isn't just a financial tool, it's a weapon of control. Student loans, mortgages, credit cards, they ensure you can't risk losing your job, speaking out, or challenging the system. The anxiety of debt repayment keeps you focused on survival, not awakening. A populace drowning in debt has no energy for revolution. The conventional path, 40 hours a week for 40 years, saving just enough for a brief retirement, isn't designed for your fulfillment. It's engineered to extract maximum productivity while keeping you just satisfied enough not to rebel. The American dream isn't about your dreams. It's about keeping you productive, predictable, and perpetually consuming. Now let's explore one of their most subtle yet powerful tools, language itself. In ancient times, those who understood the power of words were called spellcasters. Today, we've forgotten that words literally cast spells on our subconscious minds, programming how we perceive reality. Consider the etymology, the true origins of the words that shape your reality. Government comes from Latin gubernare, to control, and mens, mind, literally mind control. Authority derives from author, the power to author or create reality. Television combines tele, distant, and vision, sight, someone else's vision projected into your home. The spells aren't just in institutions, you cast them on yourself daily. I'm trying, implying failure. I have to, denying choice. I'm under the weather, commanding yourself to be beneath something. I can't afford it, affirming lack. Every phrase programs your subconscious with specific limitations and beliefs. Notice how legal documents use all caps. This isn't stylistic. In ancient magical traditions, changing the form of words changed their power. Modern legal spellcraft uses capitalization, complex language, and specific formats to confuse your conscious mind, while programming your subconscious to accept terms you'd otherwise reject. Political language is engineered to bypass critical thinking. Collateral damage instead of killed civilians. Enhanced interrogation instead of torture. Restructuring instead of mass layoffs. This isn't just preference, it's deliberate linguistic technology designed to make atrocities palatable and exploitation acceptable. The good news: once you recognize language as programming, you can reprogram yourself. Replace "I have to" with "I choose to." Substitute I am learning for I'm trying. Say, it's not in my budget right now, instead of I can't afford it. These aren't semantic games. They're literal rewirings of your subconscious reality. Beyond words, they control you through frequencies. In 1939, the Rockefeller Foundation and Nazi Germany pushed to standardize concert pitch to A equals 440 Hertz, replacing the natural harmony of A equals 432 Hertz that resonates with the universe's mathematical patterns. This wasn't just about music. It was about slightly detuning humanity from natural harmony. The Earth itself vibrates at what's called the Schumann resonance, approximately 7.83 Hertz, which perfectly aligns with your brain's alpha-theta border, the state of deep relaxation, creativity, and healing. Ancient cultures built their instruments and structures to harmonize with these natural frequencies. Today, we're surrounded by artificial frequencies designed to disrupt this harmony. Your home is a frequency battlefield. Wi-Fi routers, smart meters, cell phones, Bluetooth devices, all emitting electromagnetic frequencies that interact with your body's electrical system. These frequencies can disrupt sleep, impair cognitive function, increase stress hormones, and keep your brain in a state of subtle fight or flight, too agitated to access deeper awareness. The antidote: reconnect with natural frequencies. Walking barefoot on the earth, grounding, literally synchronizes your body with the planet's resonance. Spending time in nature, away from electronic devices, allows your brain to reset. Listening to music tuned to 432 Hertz instead of standard 440 Hertz can shift your state. These aren't new age concepts. They're biophysics. Now that you can see the programming, the childhood conditioning, fear manipulation, algorithmic control, linguistic spells, and frequency warfare, you can begin to break free. The most powerful prison is the one you don't know exists. Awareness itself is the first and most crucial step toward liberation. Begin by examining your core beliefs. Ask of each one, is this truly mine, or was it installed? Who benefits from me believing this? The beliefs that trigger emotional reactions when questioned are often the most deeply programmed. Recognize that many of your fundamental assumptions about money, success, relationships, and self-worth were implanted before you could critically evaluate them. Become conscious of what you consume. The news, entertainment, and information you allow into your mind are programming you constantly. Ask, who created this content? What are they trying to make me feel? What action do they want me to take? Who profits from my reaction? Reduce exposure to fear-based media and seek information that empowers rather than paralyzes. Cultivate regular access to deeper brainwave states. Through meditation, breathwork, or brain entrainment technologies, you can consciously enter the same theta state in which your original programming was installed. This creates a window where you can rewrite subconscious patterns. Just 20 minutes daily in these states can gradually transform your deepest programming. Become deliberate with your language. Eliminate phrases that program limitation and powerlessness. Replace "I am" statements that define you negatively. Speak in terms of choice rather than obligation. Question the language used by authorities and media. Translate their euphemisms back into direct speech. Your words literally program your reality. Choose them as carefully as a master programmer writes code. Reclaim your relationship with technology. Turn off notifications. Use algorithms rather than letting them use you. Regularly disconnect completely. Delete apps that harvest attention without providing value. Remember that every free digital service is actually extracting something far more valuable than money. Your consciousness itself, the most precious resource you possess. Counter frequency manipulation by reconnecting with nature's rhythms. Spend time barefoot on the earth. Immerse in natural settings away from electronic pollution. Use EMF protection in your home. Listen to music tuned to 432 Hz or sounds that incorporate the Schumann resonance. Your body and brain evolved in harmony with Earth's natural frequencies. Returning to them is returning home. The journey to mental freedom isn't completed in a day. The programming runs deep, installed over decades, reinforced daily. But with persistent awareness and conscious choice, you can progressively reclaim your mind. Each limitation you question, each fear you examine, each belief you consciously choose rather than inherit, brings you closer to authentic freedom. As you awaken, you gain a responsibility. Share this knowledge, not through preaching, but through asking questions that help others see their own programming. Have you ever wondered why? What if that belief isn't actually yours? The most powerful way to spread awakening isn't by forcing information, but by sparking curiosity. A mind that begins to question is already breaking free. Individual awakening is powerful, but collective awakening changes worlds. Throughout history, when enough people simultaneously break free from the same illusion, entire systems transform. The control mechanisms rely on mass participation. They collapse when enough people withdraw their consent and energy. This isn't just about your freedom. It's about human evolution. You stand at a threshold. Behind you lies the programmed existence, comfortable in its familiarity, yet confined by invisible walls. Before you stretches the path of conscious creation, challenging in its responsibility, yet unlimited in its possibility. The choice to step through, to reclaim your mind from those who have controlled it, is yours alone. But know this, once you truly see the programming, you can never unsee it. And in that seeing lies your freedom.